Today, let's sew an Easter egg bag charm perfect for spring. Well, welcome, I do sewing and DIY related content, and today we are making an Easter egg bag charm. Now for this, you want two different types of fabric, and then you're going to trace out an Easter egg shape on a piece of paper and cut that into three sections. So that's everything I have here. Now the first step is we are going to be going through and just pin using the top part of your egg that you traced out and the bottom portion. And we're going to be taking that from two of our pieces for our fabric and then do a contrast fabric for that middle section. So this is going to give us the front of our egg shape, and I'm just cutting out those three pieces from those pattern pieces that I made earlier. So you can see I have the top, middle, and the bottom. The top and the bottom are a different color than that middle, so it will give us a nice contrast. Now that I have all those done, it's time to basically just sew these three pieces together. Now I did add a little curve to mine, but you can make this a lot easier and just have those be like straight divided across. And then I'm just going to be going through matching these with right sides together and then taking a seam all the way down. So you can see this is what it looks like. I've used a lot of pins since mine has that curve. And then I'm just doing a 1/4 inch seam allowance, very carefully sewing this through. When you are sewing on a curve, you can definitely take your time, but here is what it looks like. So now I'm just going to go through and clip this curve, so put little notches in there since I am sewing this on a curve. If this was just a straight piece of fabric that you sewed together, you could skip that step. So now it is time for us to sew the top of the egg onto these other two pieces. So I'm just going to be matching these again with right sides together, very similar to what I did before, and then just pinning all of this up and going through and just taking that exact same seam across. This will give us the front of our egg. You can see the cat is fully asleep during all of this, so she is not phased at all. And then I'm just going to be doing the exact same stitching like I did for the previous portion. So very simple, really quick. Once I have that done, since mine is on the curve, I'm just going to be clipping those curves again. And then I'm going to take all of this down and I'm going to go press all of it out so it is nice and flat and smooth. Next, we are going to be using this as a template and cutting out one piece of interfacing from it and then cutting out one piece of fabric. So I'm going to be using that nice teal that I had. This is going to be the back of my bag charm. So just cutting out one additional piece of that so that we can have the back cut out as well as having some interfacing to help make this a little bit stiffer. Now with all of this done, you can see that I have my pieces of fabric all collected. I have my interfacing. We do need one other little item for this bag charm to work, and that is some ribbon. So I'm using about 3/8 of an inch wide ribbon. I decided to go with this nice satin one, and you're going to want around 4 inches or so of this ribbon, and that's going to be the little hanger that will be able to turn this into like a bag charm or a keychain. With everything cut out though, I'm going to go ahead and apply my interfacing. So the bumpy side of this fusible interfacing, I'm just adding to the wrong side of my fabric and just using my iron to sort of press that out. And now we can go ahead and add our hanger. So I'm going to fold my ribbon in half and then I am just going to have it point towards the center of the Easter egg. And then at the top, I'm just going to put it there and then I'm going to pin this in place. And then I'm going to take a seam directly across that ribbon at the top. So super easy, super simple. This is just to hold it in place for us. Then with right sides together, I'm just matching these two pieces up. So as you can see, I'm going through, pinned it all together, but I left about a 1.5 to 2 inch gap. And that's on purpose. That's going to allow us to turn this at the end so that we can see what this egg will look like and have no raw edges. Now, as you go through sewing this, be sure you remember some of those sewing on a curved tip. So taking your time, going nice and slow, starting and stopping as needed. And then of course, be sure to leave that 1.5 inch gap so that you can turn this right side out. Now here is what the egg currently looks like all sewn up. So what we're going to be doing is the same steps we did before. If you had like a little curve, we're just clipping these curves. So going through, cutting little notches. I'm not cutting into the seam itself, just making it so that when we turn this, there's a little bit more flexibility in our fabric. And then I'm going to turn this right side out through that little gap that we left. So just very carefully pushing this through. And then if you backstitch at the beginning and end for all of your stitches, you shouldn't have any issues with things trying to unravel. But as you can see, the egg looks really nice. All I've done now is just kind of push those raw edges back into the egg. And then I'm just going to be sewing this all the way up, all the way around. So one last top stitch, and then this will really sort of be complete and come together. I also decided to top stitch along the dividers for like the different colors of the fabric. Just as a decorative touch, you definitely do not need to do that, but I thought it'd be a little fun to just add a little something extra to this egg. So here's what it looks like. The last step is just to add a little key ring at the top, and then you can put it on your bag, on your backpack, wherever you want this to go. I had so much fun making this, and I feel like it's perfect for Easter. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. Thanks for watching.